欢迎收看今天的汉天新闻，我是赵子彤。首先来看国际方面的消息。12月1日，白宫发表声明表示，川普总统不会参加12月4日由众议院司法委员会安排的首次总统弹劾听证会。川普总统表示，将在周3参加北约峰会，而民主党人是故意干扰他的办正事，才安排了与峰会相冲突的听证会日程。12月2日，川普总统已经乘飞机飞往伦敦，将按照预定行程于12月3日至4日参加北约峰会，并发表重要讲话。
The House Judiciary Committee's first impeachment hearing set for Wednesday. Expert witnesses will testify on whether President Trump abused his power to get dirt on political enemies.
This is a president who has sought for intervention in U.S. elections twice now.
Mr. Trump calls the whole process a hoax.
The Ukrainian president came out and said very strongly that President Trump did absolutely nothing wrong. That should be case over.
The president has House Republican backing. A 123-page report defending his actions was released Monday.
Republicans have never, ever been so committed as they are right now and so united.
And according to some, that Republican unity could be hurting the U.S.
So many of the things that they're doing right now are weakening our democracy overall and are just plain wrong. The evidence shows they're just plain wrong.
As the impeachment inquiry moves onward, President and Mrs. Trump are in London at a NATO summit, and NATO's relationship with the Trump White House has been rocky.
There's no question that in general, Trump's statements were distinctly unhelpful and have shaken the alliance to the core.
Up to now, he's treated NATO like it's a protection racket. I hope it goes well for the sake of the country.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
北大西洋公约组织各国领导人从12月3日开始，在英国伦敦开始为期2天的北约特别峰会。此次峰会正值北约组织成立70周年，并非传统峰会。会后也不再遵循惯例发布公报。分析专家称，这一安排凸显出目前北约29个成员国分崩离析，面临各种隐患、困境和挑战。根本无心庆祝，只想低调行事的现状。
From World War through Cold War to war on terror, NATO has been a cornerstone of global peace. But as its leaders gather in London this week, celebrating its 70th anniversary, its past is catching up with it.
The foundations of NATO are strong.
Robust projections, but internal tensions are mounting.
Wake-up call.
Recently, French President Emmanuel Macron described the alliance as brain dead.
As I told the countries, you have to step up. You have to pay.
President Trump demands NATO partners pay their way. Now, and likely the most pressing issue in London, will be Turkey. Its populist president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, purchased the sophisticated Russian S-400 air defense system, and now toys with the idea of buying Russian fighter jets too. Both buys from outside the alliance, a no-no for NATO. But don't expect public fireworks. Tensions with Turkey are not new. Neither is the solution. NATO better off with Turkey on the inside. But with that comes danger, warns longtime NATO expert Jonathan Ayel.
The problem that we have is that we are used to the game of Mr. Erdogan. What we do not know is what the limits are, and the danger, as always, is that someone will overstep the mark.
And then France. Never an easy relationship within the alliance. Macron doesn't speak for Europe, but tries to, recently pushing the idea the alliance is past fit for purpose, and Trump is part of the problem.
There's no question that in general, Trump's statements were distinctly unhelpful and have shaken the alliance to the core. The Brits lead the camp that say that Trump is a temporary phenomenon and will go away. The French lead the other camp.
President Trump is the most unpredictable US president NATO has ever had to deal with. With him in the room, according to one informed source, NATO can never be sure if it's one whim away from a wipeout. One person in particular will be happy for any dissent in London: Vladimir Putin. Russia is weaker than NATO and feels threatened. Responding to his provocations is yet another challenge.
NATO has a challenge to try to suggest how, in a world like this, it still has the answers.
A good outcome in London would be nailing differences behind closed doors. But with Trump in the room, that's not going to be easy. Nick Robertson, CNN, London.
墨西哥一贩毒集团周六中午袭击了靠近美墨边境的一座小城。截至目前，已经确认23人在长达1小时的交火中丧生，其中包括4名警察。枪击案发生在墨西哥一座小城，居民仅有3000人，距离美国德克萨斯州边境不到1小时车程。当地媒体称，墨西哥安全部队击毙了另外7个帮派成员，仍有数人失踪。这些黑帮分子的袭击对象是当地政府。
It was a brazen attack that happened in plain daylight in Mexico, just south of the U.S. border. It all started when a group of armed men arrived in more than a dozen trucks and opened fire against a local municipal building in northern Mexico. This was the beginning of several shootouts in the town of Villa Union, located about 40 miles south of the U.S. border town of Eagle Pass, Texas. By the time the shootouts were over, about an hour and a half later, at least 19 people had died, including 13 suspected cartel members, 4 police officers, and 2 civilians. According to Coahuila State Governor Miguel Ángel Riquelme, authorities confiscated 14 vehicles with powerful weaponry that were used by the criminals in the attack. According to Riquelme, the attackers belong to the Cartel of the Northeast, a criminal group that has long sought to enter his state and that tried once again Saturday with a force that is not like anything they had seen in a long time. The shootouts happened only days after President Trump said he would designate Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Trump also offered to go in and clean it out, but the Mexican government rejected the offer. Also in northern Mexico, less than a month ago, 3 mothers and 6 of their children with dual Mexican and American citizenship and members of a Mormon community were massacred. This latest incident of violence happened the day before the Mexican president was to celebrate his first year in office. Andrés Manuel López Obrador won the presidency in part because he promised to improve security across Mexico. Rafael Romo, CNN, Atlanta.
当地时间12月2日，美国总统川普通过推特发布消息，表示美国将立即恢复对巴西和阿根廷钢铝产品加征关税，因为巴西和阿根廷一直在主导本国货币的大规模贬值，这对我们的农民不利。据报道，川普此举震惊了南美官员，使得他们手忙脚乱地寻找解决方案。另外，媒体分析称，川普所说的和事实恰恰相反。这2个国家事实上一直都在积极努力让本国货币对美元升值。
Well, President Trump's sudden Twitter announcement jolted the markets Monday, revealing he still views tariffs as a way of dealing with issues other than trade, in this case, currency. Well, the background here is that last year, when President Trump imposed tariffs on all steel and aluminium imports, Brazil and Argentina were among those that secured an exemption. Now, Trump says those tariffs will go into effect because he believes Argentina and Brazil have, quote, presided over a massive devaluation of their currencies, which is not good for our farmers. Well, it's true, Brazil and Argentina have both seen their currencies fall this year. Brazil's real has fallen some 8% against the dollar, hitting a record low last week. And Argentina's peso has plummeted 37% amid a deepening economic crisis. But most experts agree this is because of market forces, not government intervention. In fact, in both cases, the central banks have stepped in to prop up the currencies. Well, the president says this has hurt US farmers, and a weaker currency does make a country's exports more competitive. And the president is likely aware that both Brazil and Argentina have to some degree benefited from the US-China trade war, Brazil in particular seeing an uptick in demand from China for its soybeans as China cut its purchases from the US. Now, all this came as the US is still working to put pen to paper on a Phase 1 trade deal with China, and it's not looking certain by any means. The US Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross said Monday the US could still increase tariffs on China if no agreement is reached before the next wave of tariffs is set to go into force on December 15th. Claire Sebastian, CNN, New York.
休息一下，马上回来。